Rasmus Højlund praised the influence of Ruben Amorim after Manchester United's win against Bodo Glimt. Højlund scored on the stroke of half-time to equalise against Bodo Glimt in the Europa League on Thursday night and produced a match winner in the second half. The young striker, who missed the start of the campaign with a hamstring injury that he sustained in pre-season, took both goals brilliantly, but the first was the pick of the pair. Højlund's season so far hasn't gone as planned, but he appeared to turn a corner against Bodo Glimt and should continue to develop and improve key aspects of his game under AMORIM. After the 3-2 victory against Bodo Glimt, Højlund spoke to MUTV and praised AMORIM for bringing in a new system at United, which he feels the players are beginning to take on board. New system, new ideas, and I think we made a step in the right direction today, but obviously it's going to take some time, but it's 3 points at home, which is good, he said. I think the idea is getting a little bit under the skin, but it needs to take time because the new manager has just come in. We work very hard on the training pitch and we've not had any days off. For me personally, the style suits me very well and I'm very happy the new boss is here. I think we're still in the process of learning this new system, and obviously there are players who have to play in different positions that they've been used to and new roles for different players. Hojlund scored 16 goals in his first season after signing from Atalanta, and his brace against Bodo Glimt at Old Trafford increased his tally for this campaign to 4 goals. Marcus Rashford started in attack in Amorim's first game in charge against Ipswich Town, but Højlund could retain his starting role this weekend. Noussair Mazraoui described himself as a versatile player after Manchester United's win against Bodo Glimt in the Europa League. Mazraoui was signed from Bayern Munich for €15 million, £12.8 million, with a possible €5 million, £4.2 million in add-ons in the summer window, and was brought in to replace Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Sources said Mazraoui was signed because he is comfortable playing on either side of the defence, but he's more than lived up to that billing by showing remarkable versatility. Mazraoui has played 4 different positions in just his first few months in Manchester and has become an instant favourite among fans because of his consistent performances. The Morocco international has started on the right side of a back 3 for Ruben Amorim's 2 games in charge and excelled in that role when playing against Bodo Glimt on Thursday. Mazraoui spoke to MUTV after that game and said it was a tough game, eventually a good win. We started really well, had a difficult period in the first half when we conceded 2 goals. We made the draw before half-time, which I think was really important, and in the second half we dominated. And just the 1 goal, so I think we could have scored more goals. It's really important to win your first game at Old Trafford for AMORIM, also for the supporters, because the coach knows how important they are, and everyone knows how important they are. But also if you see the Europa League table, I'm not sure what position we're in now, but we needed the win. I've played 4 positions now, and everywhere I can help the team, I will. I'll put my best efforts in every position, and I try to do that, and eventually, what can I say? I'm a versatile player, I think, smiles. For me personally, it's the nicest feeling in football to make an assist. It's always a nice feeling as a defender because it doesn't happen too often. Mazraoui has started every game bar 1 in the league for United this term. Matchroom Sports Supremo Barry Hearn has suggested the Hundred's future looks bleak amid word the Glazer family are considering a £650 million investment. That's the total value of the 49% stakes understood to be up for grabs in the competition's 8 teams. It's reported Manchester United's majority owners are weighing up a plan to buy almost half of Lords-based cricket franchise London Spirit, but Hearn wouldn't go anywhere near the deal himself. The reigning emperor of dart, snooker, boxing and other sports is always open to a deal, as long he sees a pathway to take said field forward. But that can't be said for his view of the 100-ball cricket competition, which will enter its 5th season in 2025. I don't think the 100's got a great future, Hearn told Mirror Sport on the eve of the 2024 Mosconi Cup, which kicks off in Florida on Saturday. I think it looks a bit too samey for me. The 100 first launched in the summer of 2021, at a time when the world was hungry for new sport in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. And despite receiving an initial positive reception, it appears fans have reverted to the more established formats in recent years. Sportcore reported viewership for the men's competition fell by 28% on Sky this past season, while the number of people tuning into the women's game dropped by 41% on the broadcaster. Some have suggested there are too many versions of limited overs cricket already, not to mention keeping up to speed with every other variation of the sport. The Glazers have taken a back seat in the running of United since Sir Jim Ratcliffe bought an initial minority share in the club. Seemingly keen to dip into another area of British sport, however, they've been warded off investing in cricket following Hearn's previous poor experience. I love cricket, and wanted to get involved years ago, but then I met with the authorities and put my plans together. I was horrified by how little support I got, he continued. They'd just close the doors if they could get away with it. Now they've got it nice. They've got their expenses, their first-class fares. It's just not the same. The England and Wales Cricket Board copped criticism for its poor planning of the 2024 edition of the 100, which clashed with the Paris Olympics. Former England international Michael Vaughan told The Telegraph he felt the ECB screwed up its scheduling by not moving this year's competition to a different date. Looking at sports opportunities in the UK on a broader scale, Hearn went on to suggest it's perhaps not a good time for investment, and the Glazers may be wise to heed his words, as he suggested excessive red tape and a lack of funding from those in power is to blame. I'm a commercial promoter. I make money, but also I boost prize monies to a level they've never seen before. That's my job, he said. That's what I do, but I suddenly get the feeling, both in the government and various bodies, they pay lip service to new enterprise. So it's all very well saying, well done, you've done ever so well. Come have your picture taken at 10 Downing Street. But that doesn't help the grassroots, and it's all about money. People hate it when I say that, but it's absolutely true. You don't pay people significant money to change their lives. Why should they dedicate their lives to entertaining us at a level that we want to watch? But they don't want to pay them the money that reflects the sacrifices they've made. It's a chilly evening in Manchester, but the excitement is palpable. The iconic Old Trafford Stadium stands tall in the heart of the city, its floodlights beginning to illuminate the surrounding streets. Fans wearing red scarves and jerseys file into the stadium, their voices a blend of anticipation and hope. Tonight, under the bright lights, Manchester United is set to face Norwegian side Bodo Glimt in a crucial European encounter. The journey to this point has been a mixture of highs and lows for United. After a rocky start to the season, the team had begun to find some rhythm, with manager Erik Ten Hag implementing his philosophy more clearly in recent weeks. Yet despite signs of improvement, the pressure was still on. A good result in this European fixture would not only boost the morale of the team, but also provide a critical step in securing qualification for the knockout stages of the competition. Manchester United's season had been full of twists. From a disappointing opening stretch in the Premier League to some encouraging performances in Europe, the team had been a work in progress. Injuries to key players like Lisandro Martinez and Bruno Fernandes had further complicated matters, but Ten Hag had remained steadfast in his approach. The squad had shown resilience, bouncing back from some tough defeats with hard-fought victories. But the need for consistency remained. In the Europa League, United had shown flashes of their best form. Victories over lesser teams had been expected, but their first real test came in the form of Bodo Glimt, a side that had stunned many with their European exploits in recent years. The Norwegian side had gained attention for their attacking style and their ability to punch above their weight, making them a serious threat despite their smaller stature. As match day arrived, the focus shifted solely to the upcoming clash. The United squad arrived at Old Trafford, stepping off the bus with determination in their eyes. Their journey had been long, but they were ready for the challenge. A few new faces were on the team sheet, as Ten Hag rotated the squad to keep fresh legs on the pitch. Key players like Marcus Rashford and Casemiro were fit and ready, while younger talents like Alejandro Garnacho had been given a chance to prove themselves in such a high-stakes game. The fans, packed into the stands, created a sea of red, their voices singing the famous chants of Manchester United. The atmosphere was electric. Old Trafford was alive, and the players could feel the weight of the occasion. Inside the locker room, the mood was focused. Erik Ten Hag gathered the team, his calm demeanour masking the intensity of the moment. His instructions were clear. We need to play with control, but also with aggression. Bodo Glimt are a strong team, but we are Manchester United. This is our house. We need to dominate possession and take the game to them. Rashford, Bruno Fernandes and Christian Eriksen exchanged a few words, knowing that this was a game that could make or break their European aspirations. There was an urgency in the air, not just to win, but to impress. The squad had to send a message to Europe. Manchester United was back, and they were hungry for success. As the teams took to the pitch, the noise from the stands reached a crescendo. The match began, and immediately United took control, dominating possession in the opening minutes. The midfield battle was fierce, but United's experience began to show. Eriksen, pulling the strings in the middle, found Rashford on the wing early on, but Bodo Glimt's defence held firm. The visitors, with their compact shape, looked to stifle United's attack while trying to create space on the counter. As the first half wore on, it was clear that Bodo Glimt wasn't here to be intimidated. They were dangerous on the break, with their pacey forwards testing United's backline. David de Gea, as usual, was alert, making a crucial save to deny the Norwegian side's best chance early in the second half. However, the breakthrough came in the 62nd minute. A brilliant piece of interplay between Bruno Fernandes and Rashford sliced through Bodo Glimt's defence. Rashford, with a confident finish, put United 1-0 up. The crowd erupted, their support turning into a wave of noise. But the job wasn't done yet. The Red Devils needed more, and they weren't about to sit back and defend a single goal. With Bodo Glimt dispatched, United's eyes were now firmly fixed on the next challenge. But tonight the players could bask in the glow of a well-earned victory. Ça c'est